a literal wake-up call.
I couldn't figure out why the smoke alarms would be going off.
A house goes up in flames
And I remember yelling fire.
with a family trapped inside.
I was going to do everything in my power to help save the other girls.
On today's 700 Club Interactive.
Welcome to 700 Club Interactive. Just a few months ago, Aaron Weekly played a song in front of his church. The song, Jason Crabb's Through the Fire, which was quite fitting when you consider what happened soon after that. A week later, Aaron and his family were at their picture-perfect home overlooking the Blue Ridge Mountains. They were getting ready to head out on a nice vacation. But instead, the Weekleys all took a trip through the fire, literally. Take a look.
Things were great. The girls were doing well in sports. Health was great. We had just finished our kitchen, remodeled it, and we were so proud of it. Little did I know that God was preparing us for the trial of a lifetime.
Coming up soon is our wedding anniversary, 18 years, and we have 3 daughters. Cassie is our oldest, Allie is our middle daughter, and then our youngest daughter is Emily.
Me and the girls decided to eat outside, and I had asked Allie to go and light a citronella candle. Didn't think it was going to even last the whole dinner, but it did.
I had worked late. It was about 10:30, I believe, before I got home, and about 11 o'clock I went to bed. I just remember waking up and hearing the smoke alarms. I couldn't figure out why the smoke alarms would be going off, and I opened the door and it was just heat and black, and I remember yelling fire.
The smoke was so thick you could not see 6 inches in front of you, and the first thing I thought of was my girls were dead. It was the moment where I didn't know if it was God's will for us to live or to die.
Our bedroom was kind of on the end of the house. As I ran by our youngest daughter, Emily's bedroom, she came out right about the same time Amy was coming through.
I took her hand, we walked out the back door, and I can just remember thinking I was going to do everything in my power to help save the other girls.
Since the fire started outside on the porch, the smoke alarms hadn't gone off until the flames had breached the wall. Really. So the front of the house was totally engulfed at that point. I immediately knew I had to go upstairs and get our other 2 daughters. Couldn't see anything. The smell was just horrific. You could taste it. I heard my middle daughter, Allie, yell, and I told her to come to the steps. And once she got close enough, I could see her, and I reached down and grabbed her left forearm, and I could hear Cassie, our oldest daughter, on the other end of the upstairs screaming. And I yelled for her, Cassie, you gotta come to the steps. You've gotta come to the steps. And she was just panicked, and I was running out of air, and I knew Allie was running out of air, so I took her down the steps, back through the house and out the back door, got her breath, yelled for Cassie. I'll never forget looking up and seeing she was standing there in a window screaming, somebody help me, I don't want to die. I'm gonna die. Should I tell her to jump? It's 30 feet, there's pavement and 2 vehicles parked underneath of her. And I said, Cassie, you gotta go back to the steps.
I knew we had to get Cassie. I can remember going up the steps. It was so dark I couldn't even see the steps. And I can just remember praying, God, please help me find Cassie. We couldn't see each other, we couldn't hear each other. And when I got to the very top of the steps, it was as if God put that kid's hand in mine. Just praying, God, please help us not to fall, because if we fall, we won't make it out. And it was as if God made a ramp that morning and angels carried us out, because her nor I remember one step coming down. All I can remember is grabbing that kid's hand and us walking out that back door. Did we see angels? No, but did we feel them around us every second? All I knew is that God had saved us, and I just knew he wasn't through with us yet.
And as I stood in the backyard, and Amy came up to me, and she was black from head to toe. All I could see was the whites of her eyes. She grabbed my arms and she said, it's okay, we're all out.
There was literally nothing left but a side wall in the basement. But every room in that house, every picture, every memory of the girls playing baby dolls, you know, all of the little kitchen sets that we had saved for their children when they grow up was gone, which seemed like in the blink of an eye.
I remember crying as I watched the house burn. It's that moment where you feel everything stripped from you. When God's word says that he will give you a peace that surpasses all understanding, that's exactly what I felt. And in that moment, I remember thinking about that passage from Lamentations. Great is your faithfulness. Your mercies are new every morning. There was no doubt in any of our minds that He had ordained every step through that house that morning. And He had totally protected us from the flames. We were taken to the local hospital, and I'd spoken to Cassie. I'd seen her. She was talking. She couldn't open her eyes. I didn't know that her corneas had been damaged that badly. Well, that's where they told us, hey, Mr. Weekly, we're going to airlift your daughter to UVA. Then I began to get concerned for her.
She was on all kinds of feeding tubes and oxygen and wires hooked up to everything because they said she was literally black from the top of her throat to the bottom of her lungs.
And he said, Aaron, I've seen over 6,000 burns. Your daughter's burns were the top 3 inhalation burns I've ever seen, and the other 2 didn't survive.
They thought she was going to have a trach, and that was devastating for her. It was hard as a mother to see your kid like that, and to see her spirits go from being positive to being very discouraged was just heart-wrenching. I said, God's using you, kid. He's using you for a reason. You've got to stay positive, and you've got to believe that He loves you and that He's going to take care of you.
The awesome thing is we have such an incredible community, an incredible church family, that there were so many people coming over and praying with us, and we knew that there were literally thousands of people praying for Cassie. People had started a GoFundMe site, and it was just, we were so blown away by the response. We had left the hospital and gone to the mall to get some clothes, obviously because we had nothing. The lady comes up as Amy's getting ready to check out, and she said, hey, a customer overheard your story and wanted to give you this, and handed her a gift card for $150 for the store that we were in. We're nobody special. The outpouring of love from the community, we saw it as God's love working through people. And it was just a glimpse of His splendor. It was like God saying, I got this. Every need, I'm here to supply it for you.
Cassie today has gone through a couple surgeries. She does have her trach out now. Her voice is above a whisper. It is extremely raspy. She had to go in just this past week to do another surgery. It was the first time the doctor really got to give us good news about her vocal cords. In fact, his words were, praise the Lord, the surgery's working.
Through all this, God's definitely been faithful because look how far He's brought me. I mean, they didn't even think I should have survived this whole thing, and here I am today.
I understand why we had the fire. He has brought so many people into our lives. A man that we definitely know has gotten saved through all this, which is worth more than any of our belongings. So
many people ask God why, His soul was worth far more important than any house or any possession we've ever had. And it's such an awesome thing for us to know that God used that. He used our trial to save a soul. We just want people to look at us and see God's faithfulness and God's love and God's mercy and God's provision. For us going through this fire, we couldn't have done it without God. I don't know how anyone goes through a trial without God, because He is your hope and your strength. God will hold your hand every step of the way.
Can you imagine going through such an experience? Seeing everything that you own, everything that you love, totally up in flames, and you can't do anything about it. This happens in life, doesn't it? And sometimes it makes us bitter, and sometimes it makes us better. And I think the thing that determines how that ends up has everything to do with what was at the center of your life before the adversity happened. Sometimes things happen in our lives, and it's just like this. It might not be a fire, but when the smoke and the fire of the adversity, whatever it might be, is so thick, you can't see in front of you. You can't see where you're going. You can't find peace. You can't find the people that you think matter to you that could be restored. You can't find the answer to your prayer. You can't find the freedom from whatever it is you're struggling with addiction-wise. You can't save a marriage that's falling apart. You can be in those places where it's so dark, and there doesn't seem to be any way out. What do you do in the middle of that? I think this family has so aptly said, you reach up and you grab hold of the only hand that can pull you through, and that's the hand of Christ. He's always there with us. You know, in this scenario, in Cassie's scenario, that doctor said he'd only seen 3 people, she was one of them, with inhalation burns that badly, and the other 2 hadn't lived. What if Cassie hadn't lived? Would God be any less powerful, any less compassionate, any less comparing, any less there for this family? You know, what Aaron said at the end of that story is so true. We, in the very tangible world that we live in, where we touch things and where we hold things and hold on to things, you know, God operates on a different scale, a different level. He's not concerned about our stuff. He is concerned about our souls. And this is what he promises us. He doesn't say that we won't go through the fire. He says he'll go through the fire with us. He says on the other end, there's a new life, there's hope, there's a fresh beginning, and he'll lead us down that path as well. He never leaves us, never forsakes us. Now, here's the reason it's so significant for you to be tight in your relationship with him now, tight in the Word right now. Because we live in this dimension, he is in another. And when the rubber meets the road like it does in adversity, you need to know whose hand you're reaching out for. You need to know what you believe. You need to be able to hang on to the hope of who he is when everything around you is falling apart, when it's burned out, and there's only a shell left. Not even memories of photos, not even family treasures that have been held on to. But there's the treasure of heaven. And in the end, you know what? It's all we go to. We don't take any of the rest of it with us, but we need to be sure we take each other. So just want to encourage you today to know who you believe, to know who you walk with, to understand the mighty attributes of a God who can save you in the midst of any fire you walk through. You'll come out not even smelling like smoke. He'll hold your hand the whole way. There is a postscript to the weekly story I want to share with you. A benefit concert was held for their family. Southern Gospel Hall of Famer Tim Lovelace was there, and the firefighters, medics, and the first responders were all there as well. And here's some more good news. Cassie was just cleared by doctors to play sports again, which they never expected her to be able to do. You see, God's mercies are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. The one you serve is able. Well, you just saw a family run out of a burning house. Now watch a neighbor run into one.
The smoke is like poison. It burns your throat, burns your eyes. And I was like, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I'm almost to the point where I can't breathe anymore.
See what gave this man the courage to become a hero. That's later on today's show. When Maria's house burned down, she and her son were homeless. And without help from Operation Blessing, they might have stayed that way.
High on top of this mountain just outside Lima, Peru, Maria and 9-year-old son Marco lived here until a fire destroyed everything they owned.
One moment we had everything, and then we had nothing.
As Maria and Marco picked through the smoldering, burning embers, they found a few family photos, reminders to Maria of how far they had come and how much they had lost.
I felt hopeless, thinking about where we were going to sleep that first night and where we were going to live. We had built the house plank by plank with great sacrifice, and then it was gone.
But Maria and Marco were always thinking of others, so they even took the partially burned scraps of wood and donated them to a nearby soup kitchen where Maria volunteers, serving meals to needy children and their moms.
This is the only meal many of them will have all day.
When Operation Blessing learned about the family's need, we quickly carried the prefab wall panels and roof timbers to the top of the mountain where a volunteer team assembled it.
I felt so happy as I watched you building my house. I couldn't believe it. This house means a new opportunity for us.
When I saw the men building my house, I cried with joy because I didn't have the house, and now I do.
A few days later, we gave Marco one other small gift, some pet guinea pigs to replace the ones lost in the fire.
Thanks, Operation Blessing, for building my new house, my new bed, and the guinea pigs.
You know, a house is a symbol, isn't it, of safety, of a place to belong, of respite, and sort of a shelter from the storm outside, if you will. So when it all goes up, like the two families you've seen, you feel lost. You don't even know where you belong anymore. You know, this could have remained this way for this mom and her son, but you know who made a difference? 700 Club members did. We want to say thank you to you because you're the ones who made that possible. You know, I think that woman so honored God by taking the charred remains of the little bit she had left and giving it to the soup kitchen for what their need was. I believe that at that moment when she did that, God said, I'm going to meet her right at her point of need and make a difference. And he used people like you and me to do it. That's why we ask you to join the 700 Club. We're doing this kind of rescue, this kind of work, building this kind of hope, and teaching this kind of love of the Father to people all around the world. Be a part of that. 65 cents a day, $20 a month makes you a 700 Club member. When you join, we want to say thank you by sending you the transforming word, verses to overcome fear and experience peace. Boy, that's appropriate for the show that we're showing today, isn't it? Sometimes life has things that are scary, that are fear-filled, and that take our peace away and fill us with anxiety. But God, in the midst of it, can restore unto us all of the things that he has to bless us with. So call today, be a blessing in someone else's life, and watch and see how God will bless you in return. Call that toll-free number if you'd like to be a part of joining the 700 Club. It's 1-888-777-1999. And if you call right now, there's a friend on the other end of the line who'd love to take your message. Well, coming up, a neighbor risks his life to rescue a child.
Made a quick choice and I said, guys, push me in.
How a miracle saved them both right after this. Chad Harris moved to Nashville to follow his dream of becoming a singer and songwriter. Soon after that, a fire across the street from his new home turned him into a hero.
There was smoke coming out of every window and door of the house.
911, what's the exact location?
Hey, we've got an emergency. We got a house on fire.
What I'm going to advise you to do is try to keep everyone away from the area.
Okay, hey, y'all get outside. All right,
Everybody out of the ask them if everybody's out.
Chad ran to the house and learned two boys were trapped inside. Petey, a 3-year-old, had run to the back room when the fire broke out. His older brother, Zachary, ran upstairs. The smoke may have already overtaken both boys.
We instantly, without hesitation, me and my two roommates, run in like no problem. First time we tried to run in, it brought us to our knees immediately, and we were instantly back out. And, you know, we tried to go in a couple more times, but we just, you know, it was no point. We couldn't make it in. So I realized you can't breathe when you go in. The smoke is like poison. It burns your throat, burns your eyes. You know there are people inside, and there's a chance that they can be saved. It's like, you can't neglect that feeling in your heart, you know?
Chad and his roommates ran to the back of the house and broke out an elevated first-floor window with hopes that they could save Petey. Smoke billowed out.
We felt like it was kind of our duty to do something because the grandmother, you know, she was elderly and she can't really, and the dad was hurt. And so we were the first ones to the scene. We have a choice to make, you know? Do we risk our lives for these two boys?
Chad made his decision.
I just kind of made a quick choice and I said, I kind of jumped up, grabbed the windowsill, and I looked to my roommates and I said, guys, push me in. Part of me just wanted to get in there so quick because I was afraid that, you know, we might already be too late. I immediately went back to the window and put my head out to get air and breathe and try to figure out, you know, okay, was this a bad decision?
Chad took a deep breath and disappeared into the smoke-filled room.
I felt the nightstand. I felt, a chair, and then I'd have to go back to the window because I'd run out of breath. I guess when your adrenaline's pumping like that, and the smoke was so thick that it would find a way to get into your nose and your eyes, whether or not you wanted it to. You can't really shut it out.
Chad made several attempts to get farther into the room, but as the smoke filled his lungs, his hope began to fade.
I didn't even know if he was in that room. So it was kind of like we were going completely on faith and just hope. I looked at one of my roommates and I was like, man, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I'm almost to the point to where I can't breathe anymore.
I need to feel my way around. Hey, turn my head. Look to the light. Look to the light. Come to the light. Right here.
Maybe it's
Scream.
All of a sudden, we hear a moan come from the room. My eyes got big, his eyes got big. It was like an extra shot of adrenaline.
Chad took another breath and disappeared into the darkness.
I went as far as I could, and I felt what felt like a little boy's body. I started getting really scared because I knew that I was so far into the room, and I didn't really know which way the window was.
Chad then did the only thing he could think of. He prayed.
I was on my knees with the boy in my arms, and I just prayed to God. I was like, God, I'm going to open my eyes for just half a second because that's probably all I'm going to be able to do, and I'm going to look for this light, and all I'm asking is just for you to show me, show me the way back to this window, to this light, to this safety. And I saw just a distant glow. It wasn't very bright, but it was obviously the light from the window.
Chad quickly went to the light of the window and lowered the boy into the arms of his friends. He jumped to safety, then numbly watched as firefighters arrived and fought the blaze. Paramedics rushed Petey to the hospital. After several days in critical condition, Petey was released and has made a full recovery. Sadly, his 7-year-old brother Zachary perished in the fire.
All I know is God put me there at that time. I did what I felt I needed to do, I could do. And, I was just thankful that I made it out alive and that we got Petey out.
Nothing remains of the home where the fire claimed so much that day. Yet a little boy is alive because of the courage of a neighbor willing to risk his life for another.
He is just the sunshine of our life. That's all there is to it. He's just a blessed little boy. To think that somebody that would put their life in danger to have gotten my baby out of there. Thank the Lord he did, and he found him and brought him out.
It's the greatest joy in the world to have the grandson that I have left. He was a man that saved your life, son.
Chad emerged from the blaze a true hero. He learned a lesson about God's saving grace from his time in the fire and humbly gives thanks to God for hearing his prayers.
You know what? I prayed, and he answered my prayers immediately. It might be the only time in my life that it was that fast, But that is one of the coolest things about the whole experience, for me personally, is the fact that I reached out for his hand, and it was there.
That's the way it happens, isn't it? God's ways are so different than our ways, and he tells us that. He says, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts, my ways are different than your ways. We cannot always understand the way that God works, but he does give us signposts along the way to deepen our faith, to guide us through the fire, through the darkness, through the unknown. This is what he says. He says, all things, not some things, not most things, but all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to his purpose. And then he tells us this, trust in the Lord with all your heart and don't lean on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your paths. The love of God is so powerful that whether you are in flames or whether you are flourishing, it's always there. It's always available to you. It's always beating, reaching out to you. And yet I would say to you that we need to do our part. God is faithful. He's there. He loves. He gives. His mercies are new every morning. But what about us? What does surrender mean? Maybe we never know what it means more than when they were in the midst of the fire, when the smoke is so thick that you can't see in front of you, and you say, God, I choose to trust you. You know, Isaiah 43:2 says this, when you walk through fire, you will not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. Go to the Word of God for whatever you're facing in your life today. Trust it. Devour it. Put it inside your heart and stand on it. He's faithful and true, and His mercies are new every morning for each and every one of us. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you again tomorrow on 700 Club Interactive.